guys, brothers, women watching this, semen retention is the real deal. I made it, let me think, I made it 90 days. And I broke my streak last night. I was just about a week away from 100 days. And now that I released, once again, it is just so apparent how real semen retention is. Well, here, I'll tell you how I ended up releasing. I have a girlfriend, and we had sex. And we hadn't had sex in a while. She knows that I've been doing semen retention, and she supports me, and she's down for it. And we had a little bit of a little relationship drama, and I was very horny, and we had some kind of, not really makeup, but like some emotional sex once, and I stopped myself. I didn't release. And then we did it a second time, and I got too close and there was no going back. Thankfully, I kept most of my energy, so I still feel pretty energized right now. But what is noticeable, the real difference between my state of being now, post-release, compared to right before I released, the difference is that I noticed right now is just the anxiety. So I do this thing called Toastmasters, and I'll make a video on this later. It's something that I highly recommend everybody does. Toastmasters is pretty much a group that meets to practice public speaking, and it's all over the US, probably all over the world. So I do it every Monday. And last week, for example, I gave a speech. It was about 7.5 minutes to a group of about 20 people. And when I gave that speech, it was easy, no stress, confident. My speech came out effortlessly. I was thinking I'd have to remember I'd have to, in my mind, turn on my mind to remember some of the pieces that I wanted to hit. But my mind wasn't on during the speech. My mind was turned off, and it was just all coming out of my heart. The mind helped because I memorized a lot of what I wanted to speak about, but like I wasn't thinking during the speech. So that was about 84 days into my streak. I'm getting bit up by some flies or some kind of mosquito or something. But so I gave this speech effortless. Today, I go to Toastmasters again, and just really intense anxiety that I didn't have during the streak before I busted my nut and flooded my body with these hormones. So how was I feeling during my streak? This is the longest streak that I've had. And before this streak, my longest streak was 77 days. So with my 77-day streak, that one was like amazing. Okay, that one, I don't think maybe like in the very beginning, I might have edged a little bit, but after a week or 2 weeks, like my focus was 100, and I don't think I slipped. I don't think I edged. I don't think I watched any porn. And that streak, my energy was so high, so much effortless confidence. But it's like when you get to that state, it's not even confidence because you just don't care. Like for me, the word confidence, and to say you're confident implies that you care, right? In this state, it's like it's not even confident because you just don't care, which is the ultimate confidence, which is actually like non-confident. You just stop caring totally. So that's where I was at with the 77-day streak. Now, with this one, there was a lot more lows, but overall, compared to baseline state of masturbating all the time, having sex and releasing all the time, compared to that, it's a noticeable step above that. It's like a horsefly or something biting me right now. So anyways, I didn't view this last streak, when I would have lows, I didn't view it as something negative. Actually, I just viewed it as an evolution of the process, where in the beginning, the universe gave me this like effortless, easy, totally high feeling during my semen retention streaks to get me hooked, to show me the potential, right? And as I progressed, this recent long one, the universe is like, okay, you know how good it is now. Now, when you don't feel good, now you actually have to sit with this shit. Don't cope. Don't smoke weed. Don't masturbate. Don't edge. Now, you're gonna feel like shit sometimes, but you have to cope. And my perspective this time is that's part of the evolution. On this recent longer streak, like when I felt bad, I still felt good for feeling bad. And it was like just this knowing inside of me that I just had to sit with it. I had to just feel it, which is fine. So yeah, overall, with this recent streak, my energy very high. There was a few times, like I said, where I felt kind of low. I got like 2 little mini colds, and those colds kind of sucked the physical energy out of me, so I had to take a break from the gym. But it was like a break that I knew I needed, and I could enjoy it because of that. Like I knew my body needed it, so I just enjoyed it, compared to in the past where if I would have to take a break from my routine when I'm releasing all the time. There's a car coming. If I would have to take a break and I'm releasing all the time, then dang, I lost my train of thought. Oh, if I was consistent with the gym and then I had to take a break, I would really resist the break, and I would be resisting not being able to go, which would make it bad for no reason, like instead of just enjoying the rest and listening to my body. So overall, this 90-day or 90-something day streak has opened my eyes to see once again how significant this practice really is. So I broke this streak last night, and first, when I tried to go to bed, it was really hard for me to go to sleep. It's hard for me to go to sleep, which is not usual compared to how it's been recently during the streak. Every night I've been knocking out easy. Also, I didn't have many dreams. Like the last 3 weeks, every night I've had a ton of dreams. Not many dreams. And I kept waking up all night long with this like horrible anxiety every time I woke up. This very uncomfortable anxiety in my body and this anxiety in my mind. And then when I woke up in the morning, the energy that I had, I feel I still have the energy in my body. So this is something else that I've noticed. When you hold the sexual energy and you don't release it, especially if you're actively meditating. Okay, I practice Vipassana meditation, and I try to meditate 2 hours per day, an hour in the morning, an hour at night. I think because of that, I'm able to feel this energy in my body more. So what is Vipassana meditation? Vipassana meditation is a body scanning type of meditation. Highly recommend everybody does that. I'll make a video on that later if you haven't heard of it. But basically, you're just feeling the sensations of your body. So right now, for example, I feel in my hands, my arms, my legs, really, if I'm just kind of quieting my mind and just feeling the whole body, I feel this slight buzzing in my whole body, like this energetic buzzing. I feel it. And I noticed when you retain, this sensation grows. And if you're able to pay enough attention to it, it's almost like you can feel an aura around you. I know people talk about having an aura on semen retention, like in how they influence and interact with people, but this is something that you actually feel. Like right now, I still feel it. So like I still have a lot of the energy. I mean, I held it in for like 90 something days. So that still feels good. I still feel pretty energized, but like I said, the anxiety, social anxiety really. Going to Toastmasters today, it was just so obvious. Like I didn't want to give a speech. You can give, there's space for 2 full speeches every meeting, and then there's space for like 10 2-minute short little meetings. So yeah, usually I at least give one of the little 2-minute ones, but I didn't today. I just, to be honest, I pussied out. Really, I pussied out, and the mind was very active. So this is another difference. During semen retention, the mind, and what I mean by the mind is just like the chattering inside your head, that internal voice. During semen retention, that voice is still there for me, but my willpower is stronger. So I'm able to, even if the voice is there a lot, I'm able to kind of get behind it so it's not really affecting the me behind the voice so much. But today, during that Toastmasters meeting, for example, the mental chatter was just so loud I couldn't separate myself from it. So yeah, I'm not bummed. I was last night about breaking the streak, but I'm not bummed anymore, because what I've also found is every time you have a streak, first of all, nobody's going to start semen retention and just have a streak for the rest of their life. I mean, maybe there's a few people that are going to do that, but most people, they're gonna, it's like walking into the water, right? They dip their toes in a little bit, they get comfortable with it, they walk out, they release. Okay, then they're comfortable, they go deeper. So what you see, what you get to know, the wisdom you acquire, every time you do it, you see how much better the video cut. All right, so you see how much better life is when you're holding this energy. So you hold on to it for 90 days and you have this new baseline of how reality feels, how you feel in reality. And then you release, and now you see, okay, I see how I feel, it's different. There's this anxiety that wasn't there before. Or maybe it was there, it just didn't have so much power over you. There was this energy that I had that now has receded somewhat. And now you acquire the wisdom, which is knowledge through experience. Not from hearing somebody speak about it in a video like this, but from your own experience. You acquire this wisdom, and now it's like, your system upgrades. Now your system knows a little bit deeper. Okay, yeah, this is the real deal. I feel better not releasing than that. The pleasure, which is not pleasure, the peace of not releasing, the calmness, the composure, the motivation that you get, the energy that you get. these things, the value of them surpasses the value of the momentary pleasure that I get from releasing my semen. It's momentary. And now, honestly, it's to the point where when if I release for, like, I didn't want to release yesterday. It's just, you don't even enjoy it that much. It's just an instant little burst of pleasure. And so, I mean, how I feel now, even more sure that I want to continue this practice. I read a lot of people are, like on Reddit, they talk about how when they release, that makes them want to release more. It's like, okay, I held myself back from this pleasurable activity for months. Now I released one time. All right, I might as well release 10 more times. No. I mean, go ahead if that's what you're going to learn. When you release more times after, you lose so much more energy. Like I said, this time my energy, it's still pretty high. High enough to make this video. But in the past, if I had I don't remember about that 77-day streak, but I've had a few streaks that were like 20-something days. If I had a streak like that and I released, then often I would keep jerking. I'd release a few times, and then my energy would be drained as heck. So this time, oh, and here's the other thing. So let's say you do that, you release, you recognize the value of semen retention. Okay, you've recognized the benefits of it. You release. You realize, oh, I just lost energy. And then the compulsion comes to want to keep releasing because it feels good. You might feel like, oh, I already released, I might as well. Okay, no. That urge itself to release, that urge is energy. That urge is the energy that you get on semen retention. Okay? It's okay, this is what it's like. Kind of. Imagine a pipe filled with water. And so it's a pipe, it's hollow. You fill it with water. That's you filling it with your sexual energy. Okay, so your sexual energy is the water in this pipe. You poke a hole in it. And when you poke the hole in it, that is you releasing, right? So when you release, now this water shoots out of the hole. Okay? But then the release ends and you cover it up with tape, right? But there is this urge still to, oh, I released once. Oh, I might as well release again, release again, release again. Okay, what is that? That is the pressure of the energy, which is the water pressure, pushing against the tape that you put on the hole of the pipe. So what you feel as this urge to release still, that is the energy that you built up. So, okay, you release one time, all right, fine. But if you feel like, oh, I'm so horny, I gotta keep releasing, just know that is the energy. Okay, you release one time, be gentle on yourself, whatever, who cares? But don't go crazy because you still have this store of energy. Now, if you keep releasing, you're just taking off the Band-Aid, letting the water keep coming out of this pipe until the pipe's empty. And now you don't have any more of that energy. And also, once you don't have any more of that energy, you're not going to have the urge. So yeah, eventually you lose the urge because you just depleted all the energy. I think that's all I have to say for this video. To summarize, semen retention is the real deal. I am starting a new streak again right now. Oh, and this is the other thing, like, once you get a certain amount of days, you kind of just might as well stop counting. So I had to do the math in my head to figure out how many days it was, but it doesn't do any, once you get to a certain point where you're like comfortable retaining, where it doesn't take effort for you not to release, like you don't have that compulsion all the time, at that point you might as well just stop counting. Because when you're counting every day, it's like you're giving attention to the urge to release. So, but I mean, it doesn't matter. If you want to count, go ahead, count. I personally just stopped counting after a point. So for me, usually the first 2 or 3 weeks are hard. Usually I'm like struggling to not want to release again. So I do count those days, and then after 2 or 3 weeks, it's like it just becomes second nature. You just stop thinking about it. This time, I don't have a desire to jerk off. I could, so actually let me take this back. I feel the energy there, so I could, but the deeper part of me doesn't want to. My heart doesn't want to, and I'm more aligned with my heart. All right, if you made it this far in the video, thank you. Leave a comment, let me know what your experience is with semen retention, and let me know if you have any questions. I'm gonna start making some more videos about semen retention, and I'll post about what got me into it, some cool, interesting experiences I've had with it. And yeah, so this channel is gonna be about that. It's gonna be about life, spirituality, meditation. All right. Thanks for watching. Have a great night.